Hi you guys! So I'm making this video to talk about decalcifying the pineal gland as a tool for psychic development, okay? So as a psychic myself, I do not decalcify my pineal gland. I don't even eat right. And I know that within myself, that the true pathway to psychic development is not through the biology, okay? It's not through our third eye even per se. I teach people how to open their third eye because it is a tool with a psychic ability, but it's far more powerful when we work with our heart. Our heart is our third eye. Our heart also is our voice, okay? Our heart can be our sexuality. If we want to be human about our sexuality, if we want to work on the biology of our sexuality, that's one thing. But if we choose to embrace sexuality through our heart, through our souls now, it transforms the meaning, the vibration, the depth, the sensuality of it. So if we work on our psychic development on a human level, on a superficial level, we're going to choose to explore fasting and decalcifying and all these different human methods in order to develop psychic senses. We're talking about developing psychic senses because this is really loud in the spiritual arena that I live in, and I'm a huge advocate for saying no. You can let yourself go. You can be overweight. You can eat fast food every day. You can do whatever you want to do. You can smoke. You can drink polluted water, breathe polluted air, and still have extraordinary psychic experiences. Because the psychic experiences, again, are not coming from our minds. They're not coming from our minds. That's old thinking that we need to be in here in order to have psychic ability with our ears, with our eyes. It's all from the heart. And the more that we centralize the experience within our hearts, allow that to emanate from deep within us, now, wow, we're accessing something beyond human. And it's so easy to get in contact with your heart. Your mind is the reason why our mind, society's mind, is the influence that broadcasts and commercializes all these techniques that are very human-driven. Very human-driven, have nothing to do with love. Nothing to do with love. I'm here to share a different message, because I'm ready for a psychic world, a spiritual healing world that does not work with this thing, that works with our heart. Because true depth, true enlightenment, true love and healing comes from inside of us, our souls. So the next question is, you're wanting to develop your psychic gifts, but you want to be human about it, right? You want to work with something that makes sense. But the heart, does the heart make sense? Does even the mind make sense? Does the third eye even make sense? Does any of this stuff even make sense? So let's work with something we can tangibly touch, we can tangibly access, because that makes sense. But I don't know how to go beyond being human and enter into a spiritual experience so I can actually access that energy, the vibration of my psychic ability, to access my soul. Accessing your soul is really easy. I'm just going to pause for a moment, close my eyes here, okay? Because I'm connecting with my higher self, all right? And any other wisdom, I might just make this a really ridiculously small video. My higher self is saying, for those of you who are wanting to access your psychic ability, you have to quiet the senses, all right? You quiet the senses through simply relaxing and breathing. Not by finding another technique, another tool. I gotta try this, I gotta try that, nothing's working for me. That sounds like the mind at work right there. The heart is not going to do that. The heart is gonna say, why don't you just come inside and spend some time with me? Why don't you allow yourself to visualize what I might look like as your heart that loves you so much? And all I want to do is give you a hug. and allow that hug to give you a break from the human world. Please step into the heart is saying step into my office. But it's cute. It's on like a bubbly Care Berry type of way. And it's silly. The heart says step into my office. I have a love room ready for you to receive. Your heart is generous and kind. You're starting to allow yourself to feel that love. Wow, that only took 1 minute. And I just had a moment that was enriching. It only took a minute to do that. And all I had to do was try a technique of going inside my heart, trying to vision what my heart might look like, and then allow that image to give me a hug and to welcome me within its own space of love. And when I go into that space of love, I just sit there and receive love. Like laying down in a tanning bed, I receive that too. But in here it's warm and loving and nurturing, not a sunburn, but a love warmth. My higher self is talking about you got to see the difference between true spirituality is love and comes from the heart. There's another side of spirituality that will come from the head and will encourage you through the ego and will try to separate you from accessing your heart. And it doesn't take much to go into your heart, but you have to stop the mind from being in control of your next decision and your next decision and your next decision. You got to let that thing go. And you got to allow your heart to share a message with you. And you can allow your heart to share a message with you simply by pretending or visualizing like a child what your heart looks like. I just talk about this in a video I made about meditation, and I haven't shared it yet. But I talk about techniques on how to get yourself into your heart through an active meditation, and how enriching it can become, not by falling asleep through quieting your mind, but actually participating in a self-discovery journey experience inside your heart and how to accomplish that. I'm actually going to stop here. If you're ever interested in really developing your psychic gifts, I do share psychic mentoring sessions at my website. I do psychic development packages. I'm an energy worker, so I'm here to get to the root of your energy balance, to help lift that mind-based energy out, to open up that heightened senses, which is really opening up, accessing your heart as well to higher wisdom. The more that we open up our hearts, everything else starts to open up too. Because our hearts are a lot like a gong, so when we hit that gong, that vibration balance in a balanced way goes in every direction, front and back, above and below, in all sacred directions. But if that gong is in our head, it's not very balanced now, is it? In the directions that it is going. So we don't want to keep working on opening our psychic gifts in our brains, in our biology, in our heads. We want to transition to working it in our heart and banging the gong of love within our heart and opening us up to who we truly are. Our spirit guides are inside our heart. All you have to do is envision what they might look like. Now you're on the right track because you already know what they do look like. You're just afraid that your pretending skills aren't actual real psychic skills, but that's how you begin developing your psychic skills. When you haven't figured that out yet, you have to trick the mind by saying, I'm going to pretend now. So if I could have a spirit guide of any kind, I would really like my spirit guide to be, watching over me all the time, like an angel that's made out of rainbow, because I really love rainbows. And if this spirit guide could share a message with me right now, the message would be to remind me that to slow down and to be a little bit more patient, and not to worry about even patience in general, because just allowing myself to enjoy life on a slower pace is going to heal my body, heal my pathway, and allow me to see things that I haven't seen before. Bam, we just had a psychic experience just because we pretended, right? But that was freaking wise. That was wisdom right there. That's life-changing wisdom. That life-changing wisdom is a guardian angel that comes from the frequency of a rainbow. and is emanating love all the time, watching over you, and is encouraging you to slow down so you can actually see the world around you instead of rushing past it. Now you just discovered all this information, and you didn't have to decalcify your pineal gland, did you? All you had to do was just see what was within your heart. And it was your spirit guide. It's your higher self. It's a message of love for you. You just step into its office and you receive love. Now you are expanding on psychic gifts on a whole new level. So, again, if you're interested in connecting with me one-on-one, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I have all kinds of sessions out there. And then you can also find me on Patreon. And I do psychic development. I have a psychic development group out there where I share videos each week and challenges to get you practicing the techniques. And then I do a webinar as well once a month to go over questions. So I hope you found this video conversation valuable, and I hope that this perspective is enlightening for you. And that's all I really have to say. So I just thank you for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day.